everyone, it's Lottie from Enjoying the Journey, Cancer as a Lifestyle. So I actually finished a blanket and I wanted to tell you a little story about it. So, I like to do luck of the draw blankets from Nance Next Knots, because sometimes, when you make a lot of blankets, you get kind of, you want something different. So you're not as bored, right? I tend to make a lot of blankets, so then I kind of do the same style over and over again because it's mindless and I can whip out a whole bunch of them. But sometimes I just want to do something different. So I actually went back, and I think I told you this before. I went back and I wrote down all her other ones. I think she did 5. I'm not sure if she started number 6 yet. And I wrote down all the numbers that she pulled. So I did 1 already, and I participated in the 5th one. So I decided, this is the 2nd one. So I started making it. I'm going to break it down in half. So here's how it came out. And my base color was this one here. The same one that I like to, I made that pine cone with that black and that brown, that cocoa color together. Now none of these have tags on the yarn. These were all scraps. These were all from that large donation that I got from one of the ladies, her stash. So I decided it was all scraps. So look at, so I love the way it came out. It came out in a fall color. Now I do not have any method to, I don't choose my colors ahead of time. All I do is I basically look to make sure I have enough of the main color, the one that you go on, and I had quite a bit of it. Can you see that one? That one right here. I did run short a little bit, and because I made that pine cone ornament, and I bet if I didn't make that pine cone ornament, I would have had enough to finish the border. But hey, it's fine. And then what I do is I just, I have yarn, and I separate my yarn, you guys, into 2 things. I put, first of all, I always like to do FIFO, first in, first out. But I also separate it in 2 piles when it comes to that. I get a lot of donated yarn, and a lot of it may be scraps, or it may be may not have a label on it. So I try to do those first. So I separate my yarns into, the ones with the labels and the ones don't. And then I have, 2 of my baskets that I made right by my eye. So I just pull out whatever yarn, and that's what I work on. So when I make these luck of the draw, I love it because whatever yarn I pull, and look at, that's 1/2 of it, and I think it came out so great. Like all the colors just came out really nice together. Like, this is such a beautiful fall blanket, and I love it. I love how it came out. Now, so the story behind it is, I'm making this blanket, and I'm working on it, and all these blankets I'm going to donate to the Compass for Kids here, which is an after-school organization for lower income children. And I was going to make whatever amount of blankets I make, I'm going to donate in December, in the first week, for them to pass out. So I'm like working on these blankets, trying to get them together. And as I'm making this one, I get like a thought in my head, and I call it a thought because it's not like anyone talks to me, but I always say that's how the Holy Spirit talks to me. I get an idea in my head, and as I'm making this, I get an idea that, hey, you should give this blanket to, this and this person, and a name comes into my head, and I'm like, no, I need these blankets for the for the donation, because I'm trying to make a lot. And then, no, you need to give this blanket to this person. So I said, okay, I guess this is meant for this individual. So this is going to get shipped out. This is why I was working on it as fast as I could, so I could ship it out to this person with a note, and that, hey, and when by the time that you guys see this, it will probably be shipped out already, or hopefully. And you know what, she can enjoy it, and I'm gonna let her know that it is made especially for her. So I love this. So let's turn this camera around. Okay, sorry about that. I wanted to turn it and sit down and show you the rest. So I am starting my first this is my first couple days on my nesting day, right? I love my nesting days, and if you're not familiar with what that means to me, that's usually what I call my alone time when I'm off from work. And I just kind of, usually I kind of do only like a day or two, and I just get into my, bati or my relaxing clothes, and I just relax and I just do whatever I want whenever I want to. And usually I'm crocheting or binge watching. And I decided this time around I had quite a bit of vacation time, and I basically I'm taking 2 weeks, so I'm really excited. And I've never taken this long. Normally my little nesting days are the most I think I took was a 4-day weekend. And normally I don't really go anywhere. I try to stay in and kind of take advantage of that quiet time. As you can see, I need a haircut and all. So yeah, it's only been a couple days, and I did make some hats I made like, I think, what is it, 5 hats or so. I don't know, let me see. Sorry, you guys, I wasn't even ready. Look at that. You're at home and you're getting lazy already. So anyway, my church was collecting some winter clothing because it's that time of the year, it's Thanksgiving, around Thanksgiving, and churches do that, right? They collect food to make baskets and pass them out for Thanksgiving. They also do winter clothing, and then of course you got your Christmas, Operation Christmas Child. So I thought, you know what, since they're collecting for some winter clothing, this is right up my alley. I can whip out a couple hats for them. So that's what I did. So bring them in, and I try to do them in different sizes. Again, these are all my scraps that I've been working on. So this is just a red little beanie. Red always just bleeds really badly, but I try to make them all different sizes. So this is just a ribbed, so for families and children and couples. And then of course, I am very much in love with that spiral hat. I think it's just perfect for scraps. So I made a couple spiral hats. Look at this one. Isn't that awesome? Just lovely. So here's one, another one, and then of course the good old-fashioned ribbed beanie. And this is, oh, it's blowing up so bad. Here you go. Oh, I think it's my light here. I can turn it around. There you go. Maybe that's better. Oh yes, here we go. So as you can see, it's ivory, and then there's a little bit of blue and white, or like a soft blue and white, and a beige. And then here's another one. So this is nice and warm. Nice little thick beanie with a ribbed. And that's about it. And that's all I did, which is about, 2, 4, 6 hats. And that's all I whipped up, just, last minute. I only had a couple days, and I was still working, so I did that during lunch, and I was hoping to do more, but that's all I could do. And because limited time, I didn't really think about it. So anyway, that went off to the church to pass out to families in need. And so yeah, I am on my first couple days of my nesting days, and 2 whole weeks. I did make a list of things that maybe I would like to get done, but it's not a hurry. This is the thing about the nesting days, are all about relaxing, and you're going to have some real productive days, and then you're going to have some really lazy days. There's going to be days that you're just not going to feel up to it, and times when you're going to be very productive. And when that happens, I want to have my list ready that, hey, let's knock off some of these things that I've been wanting to do. So besides, I'm a list person. I make lists all the time. It's just who I am. You can't help it, Whether or not I accomplish them, who knows. But, and I tend to, honestly, overdo on the list. But this time I told me I'm not going to knock myself out. I am going to do what I can, and if I don't do it now, I'll do it some other time. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. I did go, since it's only the first couple days, I knew I was not going to be very productive at all. just coming off of a weekend where I was working, and if you're not familiar, I work all 3 shifts. So basically, I can be working the midnight shift, or I could be working day shift, or I could be doing, and it varies. It's a 2-week schedule, and every day I'm working a different shift, basically. And so I came off of doing a weekend shift of nights, and I knew that starting Monday I was going to be tired because, you know, you were up all night. I knew I was going to be tired, and I wasn't going to get much done. And Monday nights I always end up having prayer night that I go once a week, and so yeah, so I didn't get really a lot done. And you know, Wednesday is another day that I have another Bible study that we do with Terry and myself and another lady. But you know what? It's okay, because you kind of want to unwind, get your bearings, and just putter around the house sometimes and do absolutely nothing. But anyway, so I'm really excited about my time off. I do have quite a bit of projects that I'm working on, but I'm doing it leisurely. There's something different about when there's a deadline and you're working feverishly to get that done by a certain time than when you're making the same amount, but you're taking your time. That's wonderful. So anyway, I hope you guys will have a wonderful day, and I will see you in a couple of days, and who knows, I might just roll up my sleeve and get that list out. But anyway, I hope you have time to get a nesting day in once in a while, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.